Get funky one time, Funk Soul Brothers. It is I, JDC. I am back to the Valley of the Goose, the Glengoyne. This time, the Glengoyne 15 years old. And I will be coming back at you, Soul Brother, in just a few funky moments. Yeah, I'm not really all that funky. Well, except when I've come home from the gym, then I'm quite funky. Yes, it is I, JDC. I drink whiskey most of the time. And today I will be reviewing the Glengoyne 15 years old. I have done a review of the 10 years old. It was quite nice, quite pleasant. There is a 12-year-old. I have skipped it for the time being only, and I've jumped up to the 15-year-old offering before your very eyes.
An offering before the gods of whiskey.
So Glengoyne, as I've mentioned before, it is a Highland Scotch. The funny thing about Glengoyne, well, not ha-ha funny, more sort of funny, is that it is placed almost exactly atop of the invisible line between the Highlands and the Lowlands of Scotland. As a point of trivia, the location where the whiskey is matured is technically speaking in the Lowlands, but we still consider this a Highland whiskey. There's a little bit of information for you. If you ever happen to find yourself as a contestant on the chase, remember what the JDC has taught you today. Glengoyne is rather proud of the fact that they have, according to them, the longest distillation time of all the Scotch whiskies. What does a long distillation time mean for you playing at home? A longer distillation time means a greater separation of the alcohol from the fusel oils. This results in a more mellow flavor profile across the board. Some distilleries will give it a quicker distillation time to have the opposite effect, to make it spicier, to make it stronger, to make it more punch you in the gob kind of whiskey. But Glengoyne, they have an idea of what they want. They have a philosophy, so there's no peat, and add to that there's the slow maturation, which results in no smoke and mellow flavor profiles. Once again, I am lumbered with a minuscule miniature of a minuscule miniature of minor importance? No, it's not minor. There are no small whiskies, only small whiskey reviewers. And have you seen me? I'm not that small. So I can't turn around, have a look at the bottle and see what we're dealing with. I can, however, have a squiz at the Glengoyne webpage. The depth and sweetness of dried fruit, complex depth and bright tropical notes with a spicy oak finish. Hints of candied lemon and pineapple reveal the influence of first-fill bourbon casks. Write that down. Balanced by the rich intensity of our signature sherry wood. So we've obviously got some sherry wood barrels being used as part of the maturation. When I read that at first, I thought that said the rich intestines. And fortunately, I was wrong. So, the whiskey details. It is a Highland whiskey. It is bottled at 43% ABV. It has not been chill filtered. It has not been artificially coloured. Thank you so much, Glengoyne. You salty curs. Bit of a mixture of maturations, first fill bourbon casks and some sherry cask maturations in here as well. So I'm expecting those sherry influences. Let's give it a right royal nosing. Woo! This is definitely a cut above the 10-year-old. Citrusy notes, fruits. Very, very sweet. Some lemons. Oranges and lemons. The bells of St. Clements. I think I am picking those sherry notes, so the smell of sherry. And some nuttiness. This is really good. It's a really intoxicating, if you'll excuse the word, it's a really intoxicating nose. Well, if it tastes as good as it smells, we're in for a treat. There's a very good balance between the nose and the taste. The taste of nuttiness. Some mild spice. The spice hasn't totally been distilled out. There's still some spice there. Some general sweetness. So getting the oak, quite strongly. 15 years maturation time, it's going to be oaky. Some caramel, some general fruits. If you dig deep enough for it, there is a suggestion of chocolate. Very good. Very good indeed. I would call this a medium finish, and it's a drier finish. Combination of oak and a little bit of trailing sweetness at the end. That gives me the impression that the sherry casks were probably predominantly of Oloroso sherry. Yes, the Glengoyne, 15 years old. I'm colour me impressed, I must say, quite impressed. I'm even a little bit giddy after drinking that. Very nice flavour profile. If you're curious about Glengoyne in any way, shape or form, I would certainly recommend a bottle. This was the 15 years old I've just had. Yeah, pretty nice. Not too much to criticise there. Well, if you have enjoyed this review, please do give us a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see me doing even more reviews, you're crazy. But you can click the subscribe button. That will make me all a tingle and very happy and as grateful as the sun is hot. And I look forward to tasting another whiskey for all you Shakespearean salty dogs very, very soon.